Welcome to tonight's tutorial. I'm Pam Wrigley and I am a bridal hairstylist. And tonight I'm going to show you how to create a fabulous kind of high tumbling bun on my model. And if you have any questions as we go through the tutorial, please just pop your questions into the chat box and I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. And your questions could be about tonight's hairstyle, or it could be about anything to do with working as a hairstylist, or a bridal hairstylist, or a special occasion hairstylist. So, whatever it is, I'm here to help. So, just send me in your questions. Now, we also have our online bridal hair course where you can join me and kind of learn up close and in detail how to create literally hundreds of different styles, working on different hair types, whether you've got straight hair, wavy hair, curly hair, or afro hair, long, short. We've got a massive range of tutorials. So if you are, if you do want to become a hairstylist as a profession, please have a look at our Create Beautiful Hair training course. Let's get started, shall we? Now, I've had a very, very busy week and a very busy day. It's that time of year when you've got lots of brides, proms are starting as well. So I've been super busy. And I'm going to do my best with this hair, with this practice head. But I've not even had time to curl the hair. But you'll see the techniques, how to create the style. The curl might not be perfect, but we'll still learn something, because it's also, if you kind of imagine that you may well have you might be doing a trial run for somebody and she's tried a few different hairstyles. She's had the hair down in a low bun. She's maybe had a half up, half down, and she's still not exactly sure if she's found the perfect style for her wedding day. So the curls might be a little bit messy. They won't be perfect at this stage, but you can still go ahead and try a high tumbling bun. So that's where we're going to imagine we are today. Our curls aren't quite perfect. I did have time to kind of pin curl a couple of these front curls up, as you can see here, but I didn't have time to curl the back. So excuse me for not having quite a perfect practice head prepared. But as I say, let's imagine it's her trial and you've tried a couple of different ideas. So the curls are less than perfect, but you can still create this style. So what you need to do is put the hair on the crown up in a ponytail. So you can see that little ponytail there. And what we're going to do is push that hair forwards. And I've got a little bit of padding. Now I used to use a lot of donuts, but now I tend to use a lot of padding. And basically all the padding is a donut that you've cut up into pieces. And it's a lot more flexible. You can get kind of different shapes. It's not as solid. You can make it bigger or smaller. And you can get kind of, hi Adjua, thank you for joining me. And you can get kind of, I'd say, a good 3 or 4 pieces of this padding out of one donut. So it's definitely worth cutting those donuts up into little pieces. Not little, but into pieces. So let me just bring her a little bit closer, see if you can see. Basically what I've done is I've pushed the ponytail forwards and I'm just securing this padding onto the ponytail. And if you've seen me doing these styles before and working with padding, you'll have seen me do, or maybe you're one of our online bridal hair students, you'll have seen me doing this up and over technique before. So you're going to go into the donut, come out, touch the scalp. So you're going in one direction and you're going to go back in the other. And that's how you use these strong straight pins. If you just push them in, they'll just fall back out again, slip back out again. So go in, pick up some donut. It doesn't need to be a lot of donut. Touch the scalp, gone in one direction, come back in the other and push that in underneath that ponytail. And that is really super secure. And usually what I find best is when I'm creating these high tumbling buns, we have got lots of hair at the back there, but Of course, we want the hair to look fabulous. It has to look good from the back, but it really has to look good from the front. So the best way to do that, I find, is to work with these front sections first. So you're just going to get your curls. Don't play with them too much. Depends how much height your client wants. And you're just going to pin these curls into position using your padding as your anchor. So it depends how high your lady wants to have her bun, but you might kind of bring it in. If the curl is less than perfect because you've tried, a couple of different styles, if it's the trial run, then you can just wrap that curl around your fingers just to get a good shape there and secure it to the padding. And that's basically what we're going to do. We want this style, at the moment, we want this style to look great at the front. So let's take these curls out. And then once we've done the front and we're happy with the shape of everything, we're going to come round and we're going to do the back. So let's see. Let's have a look. I would say this one next. So let's bring that in. I'm working with a mirror just off camera here. Might pin that down. Remember, we've got the padding there. You can do a little up and over. You can sweep that curl around and secure and just create your gorgeous tumbling textured bun. I think that shape's about right there now. So now and we've got most of the front section, we've got the side sections here, but I think what we can do now, we've done the front, let's bring the back up. We can bring it up in chunky sections to that padding. Do a little up and over, so it all stays in position. Now I know these, and I've just used a little pin there to prop it up in position. These curls aren't quite the same as the curls we had at the front because they haven't been recurled, but you'll get the idea. Bring everything up, tumbling and tousled and gorgeous, but secure. And that's what we want, of course. We want this style to kind of look like our lady she could have kind of just got out of bed, shaken her hair a little bit, pinned it up, and voila, she is ready to go to the ball or the prom or her wedding. So let's bring these bits round and back. Now we can see a little bit of this padding here. Don't worry about that, we can cover that. In fact, I've used this colour padding so you can see what I'm doing. But ordinarily, for dark hair like this, you would definitely use a little bit of dark padding. Let's work with these curls. If you're not sure if they're exactly right, you can just pop a little pin in just to hold them in position. Keep going. Check with your lady whether she wants any soft bits down. My lady's quite flexible today. She doesn't really mind, so I'm going to pin everything back up for her. That's it. And just keep going. That's it. Lovely. Keep it soft. Check in the mirror whether she wants it kind of over her ears or up away from the face. Now, this really would depend on her face shape. Quite often when you're creating styles, whether it's for a wedding or for a prom, all the styles that people will show you, so I'm just getting some fine pins, all the styles that people will show you will be from kind of the back or the side. There won't be very many kind of views of the front of the hairstyle. And sometimes your brides will kind of struggle. They'll think, well, I've got bangs, I've got a fringe here, and I can't find any styles with fringes, or they just can't find something that shows the front of the hair. it really doesn't matter. You almost, when it comes to working with the front of the hair, I'm just pinning everything up here to this lovely, to that little bit of padding to create this lovely bun. When it comes to the front sections of the hair, I'm just going to pop a bobby pin in here, just where that curl is going flat against the head. When it comes to the front sections of the hair, then really what you need to do is work with your clients, not only at her hairlines, she might have a little widow's peak there, where she has a natural parting, her face shape. You know, you might have somebody that wants her hair, and just her personal taste. So you might have somebody that wants her hair all kind of pulled up and back this way. You might have somebody that wants it sweeping down at the front. So there isn't a right and wrong when it comes to working with the front sections of the hair. The best thing to do is don't worry about finding pictures of how she likes the front, because it really will depend on her, as I say, her hair type, her hairline, her face shape, and her preferences. So I always work with a mirror, and it's always good to say to your clients, you know, if there's anything you don't like, let me know as I go along, as I create the style, because they might, you know, they might kind of say, you might get to the end and say, oh, I just don't like it's a bit too high. What you did right at the beginning, it's kind of, you know, this is too high, or I wanted it a bit higher. Whereas if you say to somebody, you know, as I go along, if there's anything you don't like, just let me know. Then that way they can tell you if you do anything they don't like, and then you can get the style they like, and you can create the hair at the front, secure, you know, position the hair at the front in a way that they feel comfortable, they feel gorgeous, it suits them. And you usually find that then the hair will feel really kind of gorgeous and secure as well. You can, the thing about hair, you can force it to do almost anything. But if you really have to force the hair to do something, it very rarely kind of suits that person. It can almost look a bit kind of forced, fake. So really what you want to do is work with the hair, work with your client, and you'll find that will get much easier the more you work with hair. So it really is practice, practice, practice. And we're almost there. We've almost got our perfect tumbling style. Now she might have a little bit more, a few more curls tumbling down at the back here, I think. Had the hair been a little bit curlier and a bit less kind of wispy, but we've got our soft, messy updo. She could do with a few soft bits down. My lady today doesn't have any layers, and I usually recommend, if you're going to have soft bits down, to get a few layers in so it kind of frames the face. The hair frames the face beautifully. And then you'd have a few soft tumbling curls at the back. And we have our fabulous hairstyle. You can do the shape test, which I always used to do on my face-to-face courses. Sometimes you want a little bit of hair to move, these little soft curls if we have them tumbling down, but you don't want the bulk of the hair to move. We want it to feel secure and to look gorgeous. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight's tutorial. A lovely, quick, high tumbling bun for medium to long hair. If you have any styles that you'd like to learn, please get in touch. But otherwise, I'll be here same time, same place next week. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye.